Welcome to Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers. In today's Division 2 video, we're going to discuss why I became a content creator and why I think you should follow me as well as some of the other ones. I have over 2,200 hours playing this game and on all four characters, and as you can see, they're all level 500 and above. Two of them have actually completed New York. I have a gear score or shade watch level somewhere over 320 and counting each day. This is a picture of more likely of what I might actually look like. So yes, I bring age and maturity to the channel. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you about something really exciting that's happened, not on my channel, but happens every week. You know the vibes. Wanted to get some content and get everyone together to discuss some of the issues that had been coming up, especially this last week that was so much exciting with, and not in a good way, about suspensions and bannings and rollbacks. And they had a big discussion. They're going to have it every Friday. They had two guest speakers, and I can go into that on another state of the game for players that you know the vibes is starting. So check his channel out, and let's go to some of the content that I'm doing. Now, some of the things that we've been going on in our channel is we've been trying to make some guides to go through some seasonal content, the leagues, some information, how-tos, things like how to make a photo on Xbox, since it seems to be a little bit more complicated than PC or PlayStation 4, to go through the gear sets, weapons, exotic mask, roles, missions, the how-to, and then sometimes we want to do stories. I did a story on White Death, which was Simo Heiha, and I really enjoyed researching that. But one of my biggest features is the top 10 content creators, which I do every week, and give credit, shout out to those guys making videos for each and every one of you. Then I also cover the top 13 popular videos, and that's just people that's watching. And of course, those go to the big content creators, but every once in a while, somebody will really break through with a real great video. Every once in a while, I build a few build videos on my channel, but those are mostly because they were requested, and those were builds that I use, not builds that I necessarily make. It's my big belief that most builds are already created. Everybody has a little bit of tweaking to do it their way. So when I put a build, it's usually because I'm running that build. I believe in that build, and that's what I'm using to run the content that I've been doing. So there's a lot of things going on my channel. I hope you subscribe. I hope you especially watch. And one of the most exciting ones coming up is our Tactical Tuesdays that we're trying to kick off. And I'm going to be discussing using Sun Tzu's Art of War and using those concepts and the concepts I've learned in the military tactics, and apply them to the game, because those things work. When you maneuver right, when you flank right, when you retreat, when you press against a weaker opponent, when you retreat against a stronger opponent, these work in video games, in real life, in real war. So these are the kind of items that we want to bring to the channel. I hope each and every one of you enjoy that. Please put your comments on which ones you would like to see more of. I don't do vendor resets for the most part. I don't do too many live. I definitely try to keep commentary to reviews of the state of the game and what's going on in the game, to shorten those down so you don't have to watch 2 or 3 hours of player state of the game or the state of the game coming out of Massive and Red Storm. So I'm trying to provide a service, an educational service, by doing this channel that says, hey, I care about the people, I want to help them, and eventually, if I grow big enough, yeah, maybe I'll get some monetary value out of it. But until I'm one of those big boys, there's no money coming out of this. Everything I do is voluntarily free out of my pocket. YouTube's the only one making any kind of financial gain off this channel. So you may see some of these content creators and they have, fancy chairs and fancy computers and good mics and great audio, and maybe even some of them have a staff doing some of the computer work. But me and most of the content creators on here have to do all this stuff ourselves. Those graphics, those charts that you see on some of my videos, each one of those takes time to do, and to step into the game and do video and then edit that video down to make it both learning experience, educational, and entertaining to you, the customers. That's what really counts. Each Wednesday, I'm going to try to give a contest for any subscriber. I'm going to pick a name by random that puts any kind of comment on the channel. I'm going to encourage that my fellow content creators that are on PlayStation and PC, give those guys a little bit of extra time if they can. But definitely what I can do is anybody that's an Xbox subscriber to my channel, I'll give you 2 hours of my time in the next coming month to do whatever you need to do in the game, legally, not glitching. Don't advocate cheating, and I'm not going to go into that. It's time for this community to heal. It's time that we get behind the game and we do some constructive feedback with Massive to tell them what we want from our game and what we're willing to accept. We all agree it's a beautiful game, but we also know that there's a bunch of glitches, there's a bunch of bugs, there's a bunch of things that don't work, and it's just that fine tuning that needs to be done to make this game the ultimate. I know some of you haven't spent as nearly as much as 2,000 hours on this game since it came out. Some of you have spent more. So I'm just telling you, I'm not a content creator that's out there just throwing videos out there, throwing my opinion out there, don't care about the customer or the player, just the opposite. I was helping players long before I was a content creator by running my own clan, to helping anybody that I could, to spreading the word. And this is what I'm doing on my channel. I wanted to kind of show you what it is, because some of the content creators have kind of looked into other players and seen the validity. And I don't know what websites they're using, but you can see there that I have over 57 days of playing time. And you add that all up and do the hours, that's well over 2,200 hours played on this game. Helping others and enjoying the content. It's been a beautiful game, but we have a long way to go as a community, and I think we have some great ideas to give to Massive. And they have been receptive on some things, a lot of things, and it is their game, so there are rules that they're going to enforce. I tried to tell people that it seemed like the writing was on the wall, and I'm not getting into told you so. Quite the opposite. Starting next Tuesday, April 6th, 2020. If you're on Xbox, look me up by Bear Buyers 65. and I will either get you with somebody that I can, or I personally will get on there and help you grind. I'll make a list of people, and anybody willing to lead a group, please let me know. We're going to organize this next coming week for 7 days. We want to lead Operation Get It Back, Operation Work Together, and create an environment where we're not complaining. I don't care if you glitched, didn't glitch, got suspended, got banned, whatever it is. If you're coming back, you're part of this community. If you never left and you kept doing the right thing, or you don't even know what went on, all of us need to work together. So let's work together. Let's try to get some of this content that's really hard to get on the legitimate way, and let's grind through it. Let's help each other. Let's get each other through the raid. Let's get each other through these missions to get some of these exotics. Let's organize some run-throughs through some of the masks. And along the way, hopefully you'll make some friendships, and each day you'll get on and look up those people and say, hey, what are you doing today? Hey, how's everything going? Because everything that's happened in the world, last thing we need to do is be sitting home, cussing at our game, hating life, and wasting our time. We put money in this game, and again, for 2,200 hours that I put in this game and the money I spent, that's pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap entertainment for 2,200 hours. So that's what my channel's about. I'm sorry it's kind of a long name. I tried to go with Bear Essentials, but it kind of got lost in the shuffle in YouTube. So I had to tack on the Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers. So again, keep an eye out each week on how the videos are going across the board. If you're a content creator and you don't see your icon or your name up on that video each week, please contact me. I got a Twitter page up on my YouTube page. You can contact me through Xbox. And you can just put a comment at the bottom of any video. I will get it, and I will answer each and every one of them. And I'm here to help the community in the game that I've loved. I spent 4 years of my military service in DC. That's how my son recruited me to play this game, because of my knowledge of DC, and whoever did the building and the streets and the content, kudos. I know it's one of the Ubisoft companies that mapped all that out, and it is for the most part spot on. Beautiful. You can go down through the streets of Washington DC, and with the exception of some of the commercial items, and the names of a few things have changed to fit the storyline. But short of that, and short of leaving things like the Vietnam War Memorial because of the controversy or it's not reverent enough, whatever reason they left that out, those kind of things being left out are few and far between. I would have loved to seen the Vietnam War Memorial in there. It's a beautiful, very solemn part of the experience there in the mall, just off of the Lincoln Memorial. I got a bunch of trivia that I can share about the city and about the game, about military. But again, I try to give you, the customer, the player, when you're looking for something, to be the how-tos, the education. And that's how I actually pick the best content creator of the week, is not just pure volume of how many they make, but what they provide. There's a scoring system. I'll be going over that on the recap of last week, which will be late tonight. I'll be starting on that. And week 5, I'm actually going to break down how I award those points and the bonus points I give for unique and neat stories, and I try to give emphasis to those content creators that's doing something different. If you got 50 content creators that's saying this is the greatest build and that's the greatest build, and nobody really can say what the greatest build is, and as soon as something becomes the greatest or the meta, you know they're just going to nerf it. So I know you guys are sometimes upset with us content creators for throwing things out there. You don't agree with any of us all the time. Some of us you don't agree with any of the time. But again, what I'm trying to do is throw out pure facts out of my channel and point you to the direction of some other content creators that's doing some great work, like NGN on the storyline. Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear does some neat stuff with his Hardcore Chronicles. Um, uh, Jet Fourth always has some neat outlooks on how he sees the game. And there's other people that play the game a lot and put a lot of energy in it. Some, yeah, they come across a little wrong. We can all imagine the guy at the top on popularity when it comes to volume. Sometimes people look down that maybe he's cheating, maybe he's too much into Massive. Massive talks about him a lot. He is a good player. There's no doubt that he's a good player, and I don't know if he's cheating or not. And it's not my say so. But if I ever seen a video where he was clearly cheating, I would call him out on it. And of course, on my channels, I kind of penalize people that cheat, and I definitely give a big penalty for anybody that's just clickbait and making videos that aren't right. I'm trying to be the advocate for you, the players. So I ask you, the players, to support not just me, but all the content creators. Anyone you watch, like them, subscribe them. To subscribe to their channel doesn't cost you anything. If you really like them and you like everything they have, if you get along with them, some of them are in your face, some of them are PvP, some are PvP, some are just grinders. Some like giving their opinion. Some like giving you the technical aspect. Some like giving you some part of the history of it. Some trying to entertain it. Some are real professional at it, and some are just starting their craft. Everybody needs support, from the guy that has 1 subscriber to the person that has 150,000 subscribers. It doesn't hurt to subscribe to those. And the biggest thing is to give your input at the bottom. So if you've made it this far in the video, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to understand what Bear Essentials with Bear Buyers is here to provide you, the Division 2 player, with. I'm not going to go through the spiel today to close this off about subscribing and liking and putting your comments at the bottom. Those are all given. But I do want to wish each and every one of you to be safe, to wash your hands, to take good hygiene upon yourself, to stay out of the public, away from people, keep your social distancing, but keep yourself healthy and away from all the stuff outside. And when you sit down to play the game, it's part of our enjoyment. Don't be a toxic player, please. Be that friend. You know, there's a lot of people going through a lot of issues. I just thought the other day my son had a creator of my clan here, and he doesn't play anymore. He kind of gave me the control of everything as he kind of moved on. But he got very sick last week, and it looked like he had got the virus. But the text came back negative. He only has seems to have the beginnings of pneumonia, which isn't good. But at least he's not sick yet, or that seems to be the issue. And I know some of you are going through those kind of issues or will. So again, this is just a game, but a lot of us give a lot of time to the game. So be friendly, spread the love, and let's get over all this rough spot we've been going through as a game community. Last but not least, not a plug for me, but I want to plug this Player's State of the Game one more time. You know the vibes. His first two guests were Jet Forth and EK1 Gaming. And anybody that might have followed EK1 Gaming might realize that I had a lot of things to say about how he was doing things about the glitches and promoting them and leading his people and leading a lot of others off the cliff. And I had a different view on that, and I still kind of do, but I have a different respect for EK1 Gaming after being on You Know the Vibes' channel, and I can at least at the end of the day say if he's going to do what he said he's going to do, and where his heart is, if it's truly in for Division 2 and you the fans and the players, then I hope he does what he does, and I hope all the stuff that came down at least makes him understand that there's a way to do things and there's a way not to do things. Um, uh, but I wish him well. I don't hate anybody in here. There's no room for it. You know, the Vibes had two great guys in there, two content creators, a few other people that I didn't recognize as content creators. Maybe they are. But Mr. Meme and Division Addiction, Division Addiction were being monitors, and they were kind of keeping people on topic. And if people got too personal, they tried to keep people from being personal. There's no reason to threaten somebody or wish the worst on them. You may not agree with them. You may not have to agree with them or come to even like what they're doing, but it's no reason to spew any kind of hate toward their true physical thing or wish any harm physically, financially, or emotionally on any of these players. It's just not what we should do. So, again, God bless, and you have a great day.